That's a good entrance right there.
You've never run the New York City Marathon? I mean, there is a theme
really
here.
Surprises you? Is that have you ever?
I've run it 3 times. Thanks for asking.
Wow.
Yeah.
You did run it 3 times.
You know, I have to say, it is the best way to see New York City. Even if you run it really slowly, it doesn't matter. It is amazing because every neighborhood is different. All the crowds come out. They get you home. It's amazing. It really is.
I think there's other ways to see this.
You're like, I'm still not doing it.
I watch on TV, yeah.
Tour bus.
I've been out. I've rooted people on. I've probably rooted you on, yeah.
Yes, I'm sure you have.
It is kind of amazing. You know what's fun is when we do the show on, I guess, this Monday's show, a lot of audience will show up with the medals.
Of course.
And it's pretty cool to look.
They don't take them off for like 3 weeks. They got the medals on.
No, that's when you unfollow people on Instagram, too. You go, I get it. You ran it. I get it.
Dude, 26.2, like, you want some cred. You're like, I ran it.
Yeah,
you know?
no, I could never run even 1 mile. You kidding me? I'm not in that good a shape. I will tell you, by the way, it relates to you. I'm a big fan of yours. I've known you for a while. I have all of your cookbooks, or a lot of them.
You don't have them all yet.
How many do you have?
I'm working on my 17th.
No, I don't have 17.
No.
Is that right?
How many do you think you have?
I probably have 6 or 7.
6. All right, so I'm going to get you the other 11. We're going to fill you in.
I would love that.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you. But my dad got me a present for Christmas pretty recently, I want to say, of yours, Bobby Flay Fit.
Oh.
Which is good.
He must have got that on the discount table because that's like 6 years old now.
Maybe it was 6 years ago.
80% off. Here you go.
No, but he got this book for me. But I also, it's kind of like a backhanded gift. It's like, hey, here's it's called Get Fit.
Oh, Bobby Flay Fit, yeah.
Yeah, my dad's like, hey, you're looking a little doughy on me, you know. But anyways, he got me this, but it's a great cookbook, great photos, by the way. I do love your cookbook, I love your stories. And I made a vegetarian chili out of this book that is unbelievable. And I go, well, I don't know if it's not going to be as good without meat in it or whatever.
But you're not a vegetarian, are you?
No, I did.
Oh, good, because I'm cooking pork later.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, I love it, yeah.
Yeah, I have to tell a quick story, because I don't even know if you remember this, but this is a Jimmy Fallon good guy story.
Oh, man.
So you're like, uh-oh. No, really. So Giada De Laurentiis, who you've had on the show before, good friend of mine, she and I were going to do a daytime talk show. And you know how, like, whenever a new show sort of, starts to get a little bubble, you have to do, like, pilots, and you have to, see how it goes, so to speak.
Yes.
And we used Rachel Ray's audience one day as a surprise. They were all just like you guys are here. And Giada and I came in, and we took over the stage, and we did our kind of bit back and forth, And you agreed, you don't even remember this, you agreed to be our, like, guest that we interviewed. It was never going to air anywhere, and you were just like, you know what? I'm going to do it for you. You've been on my show. I'm going to pay you back. And, like, you were amazing as our guest. The crowd went crazy. I just want to let you know, the show never went anywhere. What happened was they thought that Giada and I had great chemistry. We're really, killing it.
Yeah.
They did say that the guest segment was not compelling.
That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. That is not true at all.
It's not true. It's not true. But I just want to, but that was a bunch of years, and just thank you for just being like, just part of it. It's so awesome.
Hey, you're a good man. It's tough to book these things, and you never know what show's going to work and not going to work. But
of course not.
I'm a big fan of you and Giada, so I go, if you guys doing anything, I'll show up to the party. Why
Okay,
not?
you heard that, right? Okay, just want to make sure.
Well, let's talk about Brasserie B.
Oh, yes, Brasserie B. So Brasserie B is my new restaurant that I'm opening in Las Vegas. I'm going to bring a lot of different of my own flavors to it. I'm known for, like, big flavors, lots of chili peppers,
But you went to culinary, yeah.
I went to the French Culinary Institute in 1984.
Is that right?
Yes, it is.
And I think I have a photo here. Did you cook for Julia Child?
Yes, I cooked for Julia Child's 80th birthday. Amazing.
Look at this.
I mean, I have to, yeah.
That's your thing.
Yeah. There I am. I'm one of these people in here.
That's pretty cool.
Well, Julia Child, I have to say, I was lucky enough to spend a little time with her, when she was alive. And she was so incredibly gracious to everybody in the restaurants. The one thing about Julia was she knew in the best way how important she was. Meaning, she would come into a restaurant, before she sat down, she would go into the kitchen and shake everybody's hand, from the chef to the dishwasher. Really? And yes, absolutely. And she was amazing. And Julia liked to have a good time. I was lucky enough also to have some lunches with her, and she would sit down and she would call the server over and she'd say, I'm going to have an upside down martini and keep bringing them until I tell you to stop.
What is an upside down martini?
That's what I said. I was like, what's an upside down martini? She said, it's mostly vermouth with a little bit of gin. It's the opposite, yeah.
Wow.
She went for it, Julia.
Wow.
Lots of butter and lots of upside down martinis. She lived for a very long time.
Yeah, she's a legend. Come on.
Absolutely.
So you're opening up. This is exciting. So you get this brasserie, and you're saying your French fries.
Oh, yeah. Well, here's my thing is I want to thank the French right now for giving us the best dish of all time, French fries. Everybody wants French fries no matter what.
Yeah. Talk to me about this, because I was asking you about this backstage, and you actually said that you built a whole separate room just for your fries.
In the kitchen.
And that gets me excited.
In the kitchen, here's the thing that a lot of people don't understand. In the kitchen, well, first of all, in my kitchen that I'm building now, there's going to be a room dedicated just to making French fries.
Yes.
And most people don't understand this. It really takes 2 days to make real French fries.
What goes into making? Because I think you go.
You want the
French fries.
process?
Yeah.
Oh, you want the full process?
I want to know.
Okay.
We all want to know.
Here's the way it works. So you take a russet or an Idaho potato.
Yep.
You peel it. Mm-hmm. You cut it into what looks like French fries.
Yep.
You throw it into cold water. You let it soak overnight. You change the water a couple times to get the starch out.
Well, so already that's the step I didn't know anything
Well,
about.
it takes a long, yeah, so you get the starch out. Then you pat them dry, and then you blanch them at a lower heat, like maybe 300 degrees in some cooking oil. And you cook them just until they're soft, but they're not brown because it's not hot enough. So you're tiring out the French fry. You're getting it nice and soft, right? Definitely edit that.
Yeah.
So then, wait, where's the edit button?
No. You can't control what we air. All right. So you make it real. You tire it and make it real soft, right?
Okay. So you soften your potatoes.
Okay. Then you give it a couple minutes and
then you
hope for the best. Hope for the best, and you give it a couple. Let it rest for half hour or something. Yeah.
You're a better man than me.
And you try it again. And then you try it again. You're all right. You take a blue pill, and then you go, yeah, here we go. Let's try this again. Let's see what's happening. And then you make it.
Then you turn up the heat to 375.
Oh, yeah, get hot.
And then you brown them.
Yeah.
And they're crispy, and they're soft and delicious.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
Yeah. So
French fries.
That's French fries. That's French fries.
French fries.
Ooh la la. That's the sexiest description of French fries that's ever been done. Can we talk about Beat Bobby Flay?
Yes, we can.
Holiday Throwdown. I've never been on Beat Bobby Flay. You know why I wouldn't go on? Because I don't want to ever beat you. I want to be friends with you.
I really want you to come on the show.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, I only go on if you have a talk show, I'm on it. I don't want to go on a...
You limit your scope?
Yeah. But I think I want to see you win.
Yeah.
I like it when you don't win, but watching...
I created the show to get beat, so it's okay. I'm
I
okay
once
with
watched a marathon of you for...
eating your vegetarian chili.
30 hours of Beat Bobby Flay was on Food Network.
Really?
It was a 3-day event. I watched every one.
So you do marathons?
Oh, yeah. Come on, that's a great joke. This guy's just unbelievable. Come on, that's a great joke.
What do you call that? Recall?
That's a callback. Yeah.
Callback.
Yeah, that's a great. But anyways, the Holiday Throwdown, you're taking on other Food Network stars.
Well, yes, and the great thing about the holiday version of Beat Bobby Flay is it's all the Food Network stars that people know who watch the network.
Yeah.
So, and they all think that we kind of hang out together and live together anyway.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Which of course we do.
Yeah,
and
you live in one building like the monkeys.
Exactly, bunk beds.
Yeah, exactly.
But it is really, really fun. It's a great environment, great atmosphere. It's rated so well the first couple of years we do it, so people just want to keep watching it. Yeah.
I want to show everyone a clip. Here's a sneak peek at Beat Bobby Flay Holiday Throwdown. Take a look at this.
Bobby,
What?
what's your take on the turkey tetrazzini?
Well, this is like an old family recipe of mine. So I'm gonna use turkey sausage that I'm spicing up with some Calabrian chili, egg noodles. I'm gonna make a fontina bechamel to kind of layer it all together.
Wait, so you're not actually cooking a turkey, you're using turkey sausage?
Yeah, well, there's turkey and turkey sausage, Katie.
Burning each other. Why not? Why not? Have fun.
It's like who's buried in Grant's tomb.
Exactly. Beat Bobby Flay Holiday Throwdown premieres Tuesday on Food Network. We're cooking a dish from Bobby's new restaurant when we come back. Stick around, everybody. Brasserie Beef.